Hello, guys. This has been just a little while. It's been a little while. I think I haven't uploaded for like a year. Not gonna lie, but I'm trying, this year to upload more. Here and there at least. Can't promise it's gonna be the most consistent, but we're gonna try to get more long form out there. But welcome. Today we are gonna be doing just a quick-ish tier list because I say quick-ish because there is like 40 kilos you can see here above my head. But basically, we're going to do a ranking on how much I enjoy going against them. So as me playing Survivor, basically if I get the killer in my match, basically what my thoughts is, how do I think the match is going to go type of things. I'm going to like share a little bit of insight of my opinions on that as we go through ranking them. I would try not to make this too long, but I already know this might drag on a slight bit depending on killer to killer. I'll have some points more than others, but let's just go through with it. Always fun match, pretty self-explanatory. Always gonna have a blast going against the skiller. Most of the time, it's like most of the matches are good, and then you have the odd match, which might be a bit, whatever. The OK, I guess, is kind of like a 50-50. That's where is like my neutral, basically, for the killers. Like, it can go either way. Like, I don't really have much of an opinion. Air is I'd kind of know, but I'm still gonna stick it out. And then here at the bottom is I'd rather go against someone else. These are just the killers where I just don't like playing against, basically, like straight up. Like, I'm still gonna play the match because I don't like quitting out my matches unless like I absolutely have to. But I would rather be going against someone else, hence the tier name. But right, let's start off with Trapper first. Trapper's a funny one because if you ever stop by any of my streams, shameless plug, I know, twitch.tv Nocturnal Noctis. But so I have a tendency with Trapper, which I kind of find it humorous, but I always tend to not see his traps because they're in random ass spots and they might as well be invisible, and then I just step into them. And it's like, oh, well, all of a sudden I realize I'm against Trapper. But he's like, in terms of a killer, it's whatever, but then his traps also can be a bit interesting, worthy enough in chase, because if, no offense to trappers, if they're not the best, you then have loops where you can run around them and you have to change your pathing up slightly, so it does weirdly make it interesting, and then it's fun if they get caught in their own traps. But other times it could be like a basement trapper, so he like fluctuates a bit, but I'm gonna put him in okay because it can just fluctuate that much that I feel like it kind of just cancels each other out, my opinions on him. So he's okay, it's fine. Yeah, it's trapper. Wraith is weird, obviously vicious body blocking. I almost sound like I'm doing like an actual viability tier list, but I honestly am gonna put him in air. I don't know. I just don't click with Wraith. And a lot of the time they can kind of tunnel as well. This isn't me trying to like stereotype players, by the way, but like I just have to go off what I see recently. Like there's some of these killers here I just don't see often, but it's whatever. It just doesn't click with me. Billies can be fun, and Billies, if Billies are cracked, they destroy you quickly, so he goes in okay, I guess. But if the Billies like average, and he's hitting some, he's not hitting some, they can be fun to go against. So I would put them in fun most of the time, and then there's the odd times where they destroy you because they're just amazing anyway. And at that point, you can't help but just like praise them. So yeah. Same with Nurse. I'm putting in a similar for most of the time. I get Nurse's top tier, like best killer. But again, if the Nurses are 50-50, you can have some really fun, exciting chases because you're both just guessing each other. And that makes it really fun. And even when I've had games where I'm playing with others and they're looping the Nurse for ages, I can't help but just enjoy that as well, like, commentate on that. So Nurse is fun to go against, and Nurse is kind of fun to play at times. Michael's weird. I actually don't see him too much, and also rest in peace, Michael. You will be missed. I kind of forgot how the field went like yesterday or the day before. But this is rework Michael. And I've only been against him like maybe 10 times or something like that now. Like not that much, but his rework wasn't that long ago. In terms of where I would put Michael's a weird one. Especially because his power can just zone you a bit. I think I'm gonna just put him in okay though. Like it's well, whatever. It can just vary. Sometimes you have someone that's feed him. and he goes for you, and other times it's just like he just varies. Hag, I barely see Hag. I honestly just never see Hags. Basically, that when I do, it's like, oh, I'm gonna put her though in, okay. She hasn't really done me anything bad. I barely see her. I can't say anything bad. Doctor is another one I basically don't see. He doesn't really do much either. I'm just gonna again put him in okay. Like, it's this whatever. Huntress. I don't know. Now, if it's a orbital Huntress, which I mean, I don't even know how viable orbitals are nowadays. I don't know. I've really got to think how my Huntress has been recently. I'd say actually is kind of fun. Maybe not most of the time. I think I lean her more towards top of okay. But yeah, Huntress most of the time you're dodging her. She's really going for them like long range hits, try not to give up on you. Yeah, she can be fun. But if it's a good Huntress, it's kind of like Billy's. If Huntresses are good, they get you down so quickly. But I can't really complain about that. That's just the player being good then. Now, Bubba is funny. I used to despise Bubba back in the day. Me would hate it. Now though, I have fun going against Bubba, but I rarely see Bubba, sadly as it is. But now that I've gotten better at Survivor, with the looping, connecting loops and all that, Bubba's fun to go against. Like, I don't blame them for taking stuff like Bamboozle and that now. And yeah, that's all I'm really all I have to say with that. Freddy, I like never see Freddy. Freddy's just there existing, but it's Freddy as well, so I'm kind of just gonna put him in air. I don't know. He's just there. Even his rework, he's just there. Pig, right. Pig's going in air only because I don't know what it is. Not to stereotype people, but pigs just tend to tunnel. I don't know why. Every time I've got into a match and it's a pig, I'm always like, are they going to be a tunneling pig or not? And a back-to-back Clown, I don't like going against Clown. Only because Clown, you just have to pre-drop everything. Clown, especially obviously when we had Haste Clown and all that, it's a bit passive. Maybe it's just me, it's the skillish from me, but again, this is just my opinions. Well, I think I just don't like going against Clown. I hear that bottle smash, and I'm like, oh, no. Again, I don't try to be negative with these, but there's that many killers and all that. I'm like, you pick Clown, like no. Spirit. I'm not good against Spirit. I won't lie, Spirit's one of my weaker killers to play against. But Spirit can be kind of funny at the same time. Like, sometimes they're spot on. Other times you've done a play and they've missed a bit, so then you're making distance, and it can be a bit exciting. But I think she just goes around in, okay, I should really reorganize this to I barely see. Yeah, I'll keep it like this for now, I would say. These can just stay as whatever, and then I'd say these are fine, yeah. Legion's no. You just heal unless right. It's funny. Legion, I'd say, is the first color which actually affects me depending on how my survivors play, because if they all want to heal, it's like no, it's wasting time. It's just being a heal first. That's not obviously the efficient thing to do, but at the same time, even if you're not doing that, he can keep causing you to mend, and if you just accidentally get together, someone's down quickly, and it's just I don't know, it doesn't sit with me. Like, it's not like horrible, because at the same time it's just a normal chase if you can't get the down with the power, but Plague is kind of similar to Legion in a sense, with the whole not cleansing, at least that's what I do ideally, but Plague I like more. I really don't see Plague, so I'd put her like here, like she's fine, whatever. Ghosty is fun. Ghosty's her personality a lot of the time as well. I think I do have to put Ghosty in like always fun. I rarely see him nowadays, sadly, and I rarely even play him, but a lot of times it's like spooky, and he jumps you, and like but it is a blast. Like, I don't really have too much to say on some of these at times. Some of them I just simply enjoy. Demo. Demo. I don't know. Demo can be fun. Demo can be fun. Yeah, especially you get some like some stuns when he tries to go for his shred attack, and you time it nicely so you stun him instead. Like that can feel good, and also dodging him. So I'd put him in for most of the time. It's another one of the killers you don't really see much. Oni is also like that, but Oni is similar in the sense of Billy. I basically see Billy and Oni almost similar. They just both have different requirements, and one is easier to play in my opinion than the other. But Oni's fun. Dodging him is like dodging a Billy. I have a blast with that. Slinger, ooh. Slinger, I'm a bit torn on. He can go here, but he can also go here. I think I'm leaning more towards here. But Stealthy Slinger can be scary. He can be scary at times. But I'd say, yeah, he's an okay. I think I'd honestly put him at top of okay. Like, I think he barely just misses out on him being fun most of the time. But he's alright. Another one of a lot of these killers I actually don't see too much looking at it and realizing. But yeah. PP Herd, or Pyramid Head is his called, but I call him PP Herd or Cone Herd. He's fun dodging. He is fun dodging, I won't lie. And like just staying on one loop for ages, some man gaming. And then aside from that, he doesn't have much else. He's just, I mean, a lot of it actually could be like the add-ons. Because come to think about it now, add-ons can change a lot of these killers. But maybe that's something for me to talk about another time. This is just like the base general killer, like a killer's running like brown or green add-ons or something. Like at least that's how I tend to play as well. But I think I can put him in for most of the time. Like, yeah, he's fun. It's just like dodging any other range killer in a sense. But I don't know. PP Head just feels more engaging, I guess, because he's like closer. Whereas a lot of the other range killers have more further away capabilities, if that makes sense. Blight, I always have fun against Blight. That's probably really almost a hot take of mine. But it's like Nurse and Billy and all that again, because these are like top 3 killers. Yes, if they're good, they're going to destroy you, but an average one, it can just be a blast to go against. But Blight, I just have lots of fun with, because you can take multiple hits with him, and still, depending on how you play, the chase can still like drag out a bit, Whereas with something like Nurse, they can 2-tap you quickly, Billy's an insta down, I think that's why I almost have more fun with Blight consistently against him, because there's more of that consistency, I'm really thinking about it. I'm kind of just thinking about Chase a lot with a lot of these, but this changes now with Twins, because Twins, if you ever actually see them, because they are that rare, they can just, slug you and play like that. So a lot of the time when I'm against Twins, I'm stressing about people, resetting, like get to full health and all that, because otherwise they can just snowball so easily. I think I'd kind of put them in air, but maybe top of air, because they could maybe scrape into okay, I guess. But I don't know. It's fun dodging Victor. I'll say that, but at the same time, it's can be stressful. Trickster. I don't know actually. Trickster's a funny one. Because Trickster's so map dependent in like how good he's gonna be. Like depending on the map alone can determine where he is on the list. But I think I'll put him in okay. Maybe like there, the teacher's middle. Like he can vary so much. I think, especially with add-ons, and not like he can just vary a lot. Nemi's always fun in my opinion. Nemi's just have personality. I don't think I've had more like funny moments of like juking killers than with Nemi, when you like are dodging their whips, they're still in tier 1 and all that. They just bring out so much personality then. Either that or they're tunneling you, but depending on who you are determines on how much enjoyment you get out of that, But I have lots of good laughs with Nemis. Pinhead, is Pinhead back? No, Pinhead's not back. Isn't Pinhead gone as well? I swear. Like, obviously, you have him if you brawl him, but I don't remember if Pinhead's back or not. But Pinhead, he can be fun. I've had some thrilling chases with him when I've picked up the box, but I can't solve the box, and I'm trying to find a time to do it. And I enjoy that, you know, the adrenaline of it. And especially now that they did change some of his stuff, like his tunneling capability. I guess he is just more consistent in terms of fun going against. I would put him probably around okay, maybe like here. I feel like Artist. I like never see Artist worthy enough. That the few times I've went against her, I've actually played poorly recently. But it's nothing bad with her. She probably goes in okay. Maybe like I think I'd put a no there. I think I'll pull her there. Yeah, Sadako. I like don't see Sadako. Sadako's not done anything wrong. Sadako can just go there though. I don't see her. Dredge is cool. Dredge is such a cool, I think, color-wise, and I like how he plays. I would put... Where would I put Dredge, though? Because Dredge can really, like, get shit going and all that, and, like, really make a match interesting, but at the same time, if Dredge isn't playing well, he just doesn't really do much. I'd put Dredge... I think I'll put him at top of okay. Yeah, I see that. Wesker is my personal favourite card to go against. Let me just actually redo that a bit like that, yeah. Wesker, I think it's because he's just such a good design killer. And I always knew before making this video today that I knew Wesker was going to be my number one, only because he's so fun to duke with his power, but also don't get hit with it. Can be fun again. He's just such a well designed killer, and not to mention he can have like, you know, various add-ons to kind of change up the stuff a bit. And it's just, yeah, he's all on a blast. Like, again, he's that fun to play. Not that I'm ranking this on playing the killers, but the fact that how fun he is to play also translate to playing against is, like, again, really well done. And he's, like, the best design killer, in my opinion. I don't know who else comes really close to him as of recent, but he's just fun. Yeah, he's Wesker, he's my boy. Knight, I haven't saw Knight in ages, thankfully. I don't know. I don't know. I think I put him in air, but maybe at lower because it's been that long since I've saw him, so I can't really comment. Skull Matcham hasn't really done much recent. I don't see her. She's not that she's bad to go against, really. She can just go on bottom of okay. Screw the Sky. I hate Singati so much. When you load in, and some of the killers, they have their, like, the white auras of the killer stuff you can interact with, like Xeno with the turrets, or Springtrap with his doors, that's it. When I see this guy's stupid boxes, I just no, because I'm sorry, Singati, and I've done this myself when I've played him sometimes in the past. I don't really play much though. He can chuck on a match so long. He can really he can control really well. Like, he's a good killer. He's a little complex to play, I think, but he's a good killer. But I just do not like playing against him. I've had some of my most difficult matches ever against this thing. But again, if you enjoy him, you enjoy him. But I really don't want to match against him. Xeno's fun. I like going against Xeno. I'd say he's fun most of the time. Maybe like there. They have personality as well. I have some cute Xenos I come across. I like to call them Xeno kitties, but yeah, they're fun. They're fun. Again, they just dodge in the tail. That's kind of it. They have some personality sprinkled in there, like fun time. Chucky, I don't like Chucky. Chucky's a midget. He's too small for the game. I hear him charge him like, but he can be kind of easy to dodge at times. Other times he gets some really stupid hits. But I do have fun at the same time, which is weird. I don't like Chucky in a sense. He's probably one of my least favorite like horror IPs, but at the same time, I have to acknowledge I do have fun. So I'm gonna put him in okay, I guess. I do see him more than these though. He'd go like here. I feel like some people are gonna see that and be like, "What the fuck?" Because especially my chat, which has my opinions on some of this, they might be like, "What the fuck was some of this?" But that's the thing with opinions. They change and all that all the time, okay? Maybe my opinion might change again when he comes to TV8, because he's coming in like a couple of weeks, I think, or something. At least I think that's when TV8 is. Unknown is fun to play as and go against. Sadly, don't see him much, but he is always fun to go against. I think I would put him like he's fun. Again, his projectile is really unique. And especially they're doing like the wall like bangs and all that, shooting it through stuff. Like it can just be a blast. Vecna or Vecna 1, D&D Vecna, whatever you want to call him. I think he's in I don't really think much of the guy, but also from what I recall, the recent matches have been whatever with him. I don't know why I'd put him though. Maybe just like here. No, like there, I think. Because he can do more than these guys, kind of. Yeah, I was just saying that. Dracula, I love Dracula. My P100. My Gramps, you know. Like, Wesker's my boy, this is my Gramps. He's fun, especially dodging the wolf. Dodging the wolf is like dodging a Wesker dash. But I don't think I'd put him in always fun, because that would just be my biasness talking, but I think mostly fun can be good, yeah. But where in mostly fun I would put this guy? Probably like here, I think, yeah. I don't see him much nowadays. Some people see him a bit more. I don't see him much. Hammaster, I don't see you. You can go there. There's like 3 of you, I think, in the game. Fun dodging the dog, sure. And it did take me a little bit getting used to having to track the dog and dodging the dog as well as watching her. But after you've got that down, it can be different at times. You just don't see them. Konaki obviously gets the free hit, aside from that to say. He's fun to play. I do like playing him, but I think he is kind of just average to play against. He doesn't really do much. He's just good, you know? So I'd put him in okay, but I don't know where I would slap him. Honestly, this might be a hot... I think I'm going to slap him there. Because in a sense, I have more fun dodging like all of this. You know, yeah, I think that's the case. Springtrap, I don't know. I don't know with Springtrap. I don't know. I don't know. This is where we get into the territory of like it's the newer things. Obviously, the newer the stuff is, the less you've kind of had a long time to think on it. Do I really just slap him in okay? I don't have much really to say about him. But where in okay do I put him? Probably there above Konaki, of all things. Again, if this is me playing them, this would be a vastly different list. Kwasu, you don't see Kwasu now. Kwasu's kind of dead in a ditch. But now, acknowledging Gordoness, and you played her a little bit here and there, so I can at least presume it would be... A lot of them use Dissolution, though. I haven't even thought of perks in half of this, apart from, like, Bubble with Bamboozle. I'm just going to suffer in okay. Don't really care really where I put him in okay, because I just don't see it. And then, finally, Vecna. Now, Vecna, this is, like, prediction territory, but I think I'm going to have a blast playing Vecna. I'm playing against Vecna. I know it's going to be a kind of similar to these guys, where if people get good with him, there's not going to be much you can do against him. But, I think for now, I'm going to say most of the time fun. That's my gut, like, prediction. But depending on, let's say I get destroyed by a bunch of them or something, it might go down to, like, top of okay, I guess, or something. But I think for now, I slap him there. Just as that's a prediction one, you know. We have to wait in like a week's time and see how it is. But I'm probably going to be playing the guy more than I play against him. Maybe at least in like the initial couple of days. But I like to think he's going to be popular. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see, you know. But I think that about does it. Yeah, I think I'm happy with this just from a general glance. I always knew these guys were going here, and I always knew Wesker was going here. All this in between is a bit like... It can shift here and there a little bit, you know, opinions change, but I think that's a loosely what my thoughts is, you know, on the flyers of like today. Again, this could change if people get, you know, like change, buff nerfed and all that. For example, Skull Merchant could get the rework, and if it's like the one they've shown, then that could be really fun actually to play against. But also how popular some of these are, so like some of them you have better opinions than the others. like, you see Wesker's way more than, you see stuff like Hags. So that can vary it a bit. But that's going to be it. I do hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to hear more of my opinion stuff on the fly, like whenever we play PTBs and all that, please feel free to stop by the Twitch stream again at twitch.tv/Nocturnal Noctis. And yeah, that'll be it. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you do feel like it. It's okay if you don't. But I would love to hear your opinions on what you think about playing against these killers. Or maybe you're just a killer player more. If you are, tell me just what killer you play the most or what killer you have fun with. And I will ideally see you guys in another video sooner than like a year time span. I will try to do my best to upload more. But take care, guys. Much love, and I will catch you in the next one.